I have to do what she just made money out of me, why can't I make money the same way? That's exactly what we're telling you who is watching. You can make money out of this. The fact is that I remember my husband once saying, we've all gone and see this gold mine. And this gold mine, we can have thousands of people, everybody can come and we can all gain out of this. What's the point if we don't share it with you so you can also join? That's what we're doing here. You can also make your money the same way as
Sorry, guys, I don't know why.
Yeah, you went off. The same way as we are making money. Pastor Sheila, how did this come about? How did you find this opportunity?
Wow, Sister Matilda, honestly, I can never stop thanking God for this opportunity. And when it came my way, I was even oblivious. And there are times when an opportunity will present itself and you are just oblivious because your mindset is just fixed. You haven't got that growth mindset. Rather, you've got a fixed mindset. And that's what I had. But there came a time when I was tired of what I was doing, tired of being broke all the time, tired of coming to the month end and there's no money in the account. And yet God says in his word that, your barns, the barn is where you store food, that it will actually be full. When you are getting in the next harvest, your barn is still full. But that was not the case, for me, even as a woman of God and as a child of God. I grew up with a mentality where you go to school, you get your qualifications, you start a job, and you're hoping that that job will actually finance everything that you need. But alas, it was not the case.
That was the old version of life.
Yes. You go to school, you get your qualifications, start work, every day go to work and come back home, wait for the month end for the money to come in. When the money comes in, it's hand to mouth. You pay your bills, you buy your food, your groceries, maybe you help one or two people and the money is gone and you are content with that. But then I began to think as I was growing older. Remember, I've told you I've been in my profession more than 30 years. And as I was growing older, I realized to say, no matter how I strove, working 9 to 5 or whatever job that you are doing, nobody has ever gotten financial freedom from that. No. And I found myself, I was getting to my 40s and I had to be doing extra shifts. At one point, I had to do agency. And I'm going to speak, to working mothers and even my tribe, those who are in my type of profession, where we have to work a lot of extra hours for us to just actually have enough to have food on our table. And Sister Matilda and everybody watching us, I came to a place where I had to change my mindset. And for many years, I was searching. I tried little businesses here and there, even when I was back home. By the way, I'm originally from Zambia. I've been in the UK now 20 years now. But even before then, I used to do little businesses before I came here, and it wasn't like helping much, And when I came here, the only other business I could do is pick up extra shifts or do agency work, which was giving me more money, but it meant no rest.
No.
Meant no time for my children. No. That is what that money came with. It came with such a huge cost.
Yes.
I was realizing my children were growing up. I didn't have time for them, time to do homework with them, time even to have a chat. And I'm sure you can agree with me that there's so much mental illness that is going on with our children nowadays because of the way we have raised them. We have not had time for them. They are coming back from school maybe stressed, and they don't have the mother or the father to talk to them because we are swapping around. The husband is entering, the wife is leaving for a shift. And when we come, we are so tired. We just want to lie down and rest. And I came to a place where I said, Lord, I need change. I need change. And it coincided with the time that my health was also beginning to fail. Because, when you are overworking yourself, your body will start to give in.
Of course, and you're also aging. I mean, you're not
also
getting
aging.
younger.
Aging. So as God would have it, an opportunity presented itself. But like I said, remember, alas, I did not recognize it. And, for warned is foretold, or foretold is forewarned. For you who are hearing from us, please do not waste time. I wasted 1 year. From the time that I was told about this opportunity, initially, I saw it on Facebook, just like we are sharing today. And that time I was like, this is of the world. As a woman of God, as a pastor, this is of the world. In fact, it took me ages for me to join Facebook. But I was challenged to say, if my children are on Facebook and I'm not on Facebook, how am I going to see what they are doing?
Exactly.
How am I going to pack them? So that is what led me to join initially. But everything I was looking at in my mind was, this is worldly. I wasn't even paying attention. But I was so wrong. I was so wrong, because this technology has actually come as a blessing to all of us. Because at a click of a button, you can connect with the world. You don't have to travel. Back home, people used to go maybe to South Africa, buy stuff, bring to the country to sell. Now you can do things online. You can order things online. You can do everything online. So initially, I looked down upon that message, which I saw on Facebook. But then, God saw my heart and sent a friend who I knew personally to come and tell me about the business aspect of it. And I had to actually go and research. I was still very skeptical, thinking that maybe it's something that is dubious, something that is not genuine. But to cut a long story short, I had to leave my comfort zone. And the challenge I had was, what are people going to say? If you visit my timeline, go back even as far as I've been on Facebook, I think 12 years now. Every day I post an exhortation. I share the word of God. And I was thinking, what will people say? They'll say, now I have backslidden. Now I have become, I'm just chasing after wealth. And we misunderstand the word of God. We think having wealth is wrong. Having wealth is good, because it empowers us. It makes us be doers of the word. I can actually bless somebody, and instead of just saying, go away and keep warm, I can give somebody a coat. But if I can hardly have enough to see me to the month end, how can I be a blessing? So I was challenged. The Holy Spirit had to actually convince me to say, you are wrong. Faith without action is nothing. And I had to brace myself and said, you know what, this is what I have found. In fact, I remember the first time when I joined this business, in my first month, I actually got back my sign-up money. I got that month, I think I got 50 something pounds. But then the following month, I got my first promotion and I got my bonus and the commission. And in that month, and I'm not making financial claims. You heard in the presentation that is about the effort that you put in and the time. I got about 200 pounds hit my account. That's second month.
You got more than I did, Pastor Sheila.
Yeah,
you got more than I did, because sorry to cut you in. When we joined, we didn't have bonuses.
No.
Yeah.
The bonus that starts, I think, after your second promotion.
Yeah.
That's when you start
after your SDD those days.
Which is your second promotion.
Yeah.
Now listen.
So it changes. Things changes.
And our company is always improving. I mean, ever since I joined, that is now nearly 3 years ago, 2.5 years I've been in the business. I've seen more and more incentives coming in. So we are talking, and the little money that I'm talking about, if you are listening to me and you're thinking like, maybe you get so much money and you're thinking like 200 can't move me. I'm telling you, there's more in the pot. It just depends on what you're putting in. But before I forget what I wanted to say, when I got that 200, I went to my women's group where I belong. I was so excited. It's a prayer group. And I said to the women, look, I have found something that has been able to put something more in my account that can pay 1 or 2 bills. And you know what people said? They are like, this is a prayer group. You cannot put something that is concerning business in it, and people didn't grasp what I was trying to say. And I said, you cannot delink God from finance. God created finance. God is the one who empowers us. Anyway, something good came out of that. We created a dedicated business group. Out of what I did, that was best. So what I'm trying to say to you is sometimes even your own will not believe what you are. Do not be discouraged. When they see things growing, because as human beings, we have the tendency to watch, to stand back and watch and see whether, just like with the vaccines, I can confidently say there are some people who are waiting for those who have gotten the vaccine to die.
To turn into chickens.
They're saying yes before they can get theirs. So it's just a human nature. We want first of all to watch before we can join in. So don't worry. I lost friends. There are people who used to follow me on Facebook who no longer follow me now. Just because I'm doing what I'm doing. It's not like they are following me, but they are not clicking, liking, or commenting like the way they used to.
Secretly.
Because Yes, because they are being skeptical and they are, don't worry, you know. And if you look at my page, I've got so many new friends, new people all over the world who come and support what I'm doing. So I began to say there was a change. I was getting, you know, more financial freedom. I was getting time with my children. I was getting time with my husband. I was getting time with ministry. I was no longer tired because you know what? I even had to go on a career break. I don't leave that testimony out. Nearly 2 years, I was not working. And the reason why is because this business came
Was
to a
paying you.
place where I began to get what I get for being on my feet the whole day, maybe almost the whole week, you know. And I'm not making financial claims. It happened that COVID came and I needed to be at home to shield with my family.
And what
And
would you
this
have done if
opportunity,
you didn't
oh
have this?
yes, this opportunity gave me the confidence to go to work and say, I want to go on unpaid career break. And I went on an unpaid career break for nearly 12 months. I only went back to work in October, just 3 months ago. And I'm only doing 15 hours a week. I'm doing 2 days a week of 8-hour shifts. And why am I saying this? We need nurses, we need doctors, we need people to be working. But what I'm trying to say is that these people, they also need a life. And that's why you are seeing that there are so many shortages now in health because people have resigned, people have left. It's not because they hate the job, it's the pressure, you know. So if people can have something on the side that they are doing and not be at work every day, we are not going to be losing the people that we are losing from our profession. So I'm
Especially
speaking
when you're doing it through inspiring healthy living.
Exactly.
You will have less people in the hospital.
Exactly. And I mean, I haven't even touched the bigger picture of me, because the me that you are seeing, look at me.
Hey,
you know, I'm a size 12.
You,
14,
when I saw you, you know, I've been seeing you on Zooms, and then when I saw you in Harrogate, I'm like, wow.
And I'm 55 years old.
Hey.
Yeah, 55 years old. This year I'll be 55. I'm 54, but I'll be 55. Wow. And my firstborn son is 32 years old. My youngest daughter is 22 years old. But look at how I'm looking. Initially, I mean, I wasn't looking as
Pastor
well.
Sheila, can I commend you? You look as if you're 25.
Give her 35. 25 is too young. Just give her 35, and everybody will. I mean, look at me and Pastor Sheila. Now that was make me want to go and cry now.
Everybody says so. You know, when Pastor Julius was in Bible college and I could visit him, everybody would be like, "Are you sure this is your wife? Are you sure?" Because my husband's got a little bit of gray hair, which is natural. I mean, at our age, you know. And the people wouldn't just believe it. Are you sure? Is she your second wife? And he's like, no, this is the wife of my youth, you know. So, but I've had to do something about it. I grew up being anemic. I know I'm not talking about my product testimony, but it marries with my financial. Because when your health is failing, you can't work. I was tired all the time. I'm telling you, I could come back, I'm crawling. And for those of you who are married, I'm a marriage counselor, I'm not scared to say this. I came home feeling like somebody has been touching me the whole day. And if my husband tries to touch me, I feel like I've been touched enough.
Oh, pain, you have too much pain.
Yeah, I've been touched enough. So it affects your marriage. It affects the way your children are growing. Before you know it, your children will be put in the lowest class. That's what happens, you know. And once your child from lower grade, they are put in that class where they are saying, "Oh, this one can't do sciences, this one can't do this," and that's where you are. I'm not talking about. I mean, I'm not against our children doing arts and all these others. But what I'm trying to say is, because of our not being available, we are disadvantaging our children.
Yes.
And once the teacher can say, "Oh, this child can only do this."
Yeah.
And it will affect the mentality of the child. The child will believe to say, no, me, I can't do maths, I can't do science, I can only maybe do football. Thank God footballers get a lot of money. Or I can only do, our children, they can't like do a lot of professional jobs. Because they are put in that class where only people who can do certain things can. So what I'm trying to say, I have seen tremendous benefit in this. You know, I'm now having time, you know, with my children. Even if they are grown, I can be there anytime they want me, you know. I can be there for me. So I
remember getting in contact with you a few times and they say, I'm with my son. He's home.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Even just before the Zoom, my son called me, you know, just now. And I said, oh, my son, I'm going to say, oh, we'll talk later. And I'm relaxed. I'm not looking stressed the way that I used to be. you know. And you know, I used to find when I went to my agent shifts, I would find my fellow, especially our African
Moms.
professionals,
Mm,
maybe 60-year-olds, 65-year-olds, they are crawling for a night shift.
mm, mm.
Not because they want to, not
No,
because they want to, because they can't make ends meet.
you can't afford not to go.
Yes, but
They
that can
cannot
come to
afford
an
it.
end.
Yeah.
Yes, that can come to an end. We can have extra income, which we can just do seated. I'm telling you, when I was on career break, I was pinching myself. I said,
Mm.
so there are people in the world who actually are comfortable working and they still make money, you know?
I
And
am.
yet, yeah, and
I'm
yet
here.
we have to suffer
I'm
so much.
here.
Yeah,
Pastor Sheila,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. So I'm not telling anybody to quit their jobs.
No,
No, don't quit your job,
no,
you know, but you can still do something on the side that
exactly,
can help
Absolutely.
you so that you can also have quality of life.
exactly.
I didn't have
Quality of
quality of
life.
life. I was so
Quality of
tired
life. I
all the
like that.
time. Yeah, I was
That's
tired
true.
all the time. Whenever I wanted to do a project, I had to get a loan,
Mm.
you know, and yet there are people in this world who just go to their bank account and do a project they want to do.
Oh my God, the joy of that.
And I
Tell
began
me
to
more
Oh
see,
about
my
that.
God.
The joy of
and
that.
then you pay so much interest on it.
Pastor Sheila, can I cut you in? Can I cut in
Yeah.
there? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you've talked about the fact that you've been able to reduce your hours. Yeah. Now, in my own case, when I started the business, and I remember speaking to my husband 2 months after I joined the business, after I went for this event, and I was listening to people talking about how
I
they
left
quit
my
their
job.
job. I quit my job, and I quit my job, and I'm like, this is what I want.
Mm.
You know, I want to quit my job. I want to be able to stay at home. I want to be able to have my own time. You know, I love my space. Yeah. So I remember speaking to my husband. He said to me, okay, do it for 3 years. And 3 years, if you can quit your job, you know, then that's fine. Now, what I'm saying, because you've talked about your one, but what I'm saying to us is, some of us, we have dreams. There are things that we want for ourselves personally. But we've come to a country where we've learned that we have to walk. And you walk and walk and walk, and you get to the age you're still walking. And even after you stop walking, you still cannot make ends meet.
No.
Yeah. Now, so for me, I said to myself, okay, 3 years, I give myself 2 years. If in that 2 years, I'm able to stop this work, I'm able to stop working and do this business full time, this is what I want. Now, what is it that you want to achieve in life?
In 2022 only. What
in 2022, that you can work towards. Set that goal for yourself.
Yeah.
Work towards it. It might be the fact that you've been watching us on social media and you're watching people and you're saying, oh my God, I wish I can be like this person. I wish I can do what they're doing. I want to be able to do what they're doing. If they're telling their story and they're doing this, they're doing that, this is what I want. Because I went to that event and I heard people talk about how they quit their job. And that was what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, if this business can give them what I want, then I'm going to put in my effort.
How long did you quit your job in the end?
And I said, then, hold on, I was working. I was working, and you know what? I was earning salary, and this became my side hustle. Now, imagine you working, and then within a year and a half, you're able to build a business
hustle
that is equivalent to what you are doing full time. That is not giving you time to spend with your children. It's not giving you time for yourself. It's not giving you time to spend with your husband. By the time you get home, it's 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. Everybody in the house is asleep. Yeah. And then you are able to build a business whereby all you're doing is maybe spending 2, 3, 4 hours every day. Yeah, because the rest of the day you have to be at work.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to put on your phone. So you cannot go on your social media platform. You cannot interact with your customers. So the only time you get to interact with customers is when you finish from work, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then you're not able to open your phone and then look at all the messages and you respond. And you're able to do that in a year and a half. And the money coming in from this thing that you're spending this little time to do is equivalent to that full-time job that you're doing.
Now that is clever. That is even clever. That is more clever. Wow.
So 2 years into the business, we're able to buy our own place. Yeah. So November 2017, exactly, I left my job. Yeah. Somebody said, don't say you quit. I left the job.
What was the difference between
I did not hand in any resignation letter. I did not tell them I was coming back or not. Nothing. Why was I able to do that? Because within that 2 years, I have been able to build a business by the grace of God that was giving me 1.5. Remember, I said a year and a half I was building, it was equivalent. By 2 years, it was 1.5. More than what I was getting from that side hustle. So 2 years I gave myself in this business and I was able to do that. Now, 4 years, guys, 4 years, I have built this business full time. I have my time freedom. I can spend time with my children. I can sit down with them.
I am the one who woke you up. I said, get up and let's go.
I get to do what I want, when I want. If I want to stay awake throughout the night to build my business, it's my choice.
Yes.
You understand? I'm not saying, just like what Pastor Sheila said, we're not saying quit your job. We're not saying reduce your hours. But the thing is, if it is what you want, and you so much desire it, and you're listening to us, then you know what? Come on board. You might not be 2 years.
Sister
It might
Charity,
it might take you less than 2 years to achieve it. It might take you more than 2 years to achieve it. But you know what? You're working towards what your desired goal is.
That's it. And as you're saying, I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, I'm sitting here thinking all this time freedom thing and this financial freedom, you know what, until you are in that situation, you don't really understand what it means. You just during the Christmas time, I say, you know what, let me just go and do my project and at the same time rest for the 6 weeks. And I was off. I am that same person who was looking for only 4 days in a whole month, in a whole year, to take my children to visit their cousins. And my boss told me, no, you can't go. And I am this same person sitting on my own. And I said, you know what? I'm going to Ghana and I have decided to spend 6 weeks in Africa.
And you didn't have to take permission from anyone apart from your husband.
He agreed now. I said, let me go and do the project. You sit here and wait. You understand? So this is the kind of things that we are talking about. I've been in this country for over nearly 20 years now, and not even a single trip that I've been in Ghana for over 3 weeks. At this time, because of the time freedom that I have, because of the finances that I'll be able to afford to go and stay for that long, I was able to do it, all because we said yes to certain opportunities, all because we said what need to be said. Yes, it took me time for me to say yes, but at the end of the day, I did. What are you waiting for? What have you been thinking? What is really holding you back? My point is that if you have teeny tiny something in you that tells you, I think I want to give this a try, please do. Because you never know. When I was joining this, I didn't know that I was going to get something out of it. I thought I'm going to do it to shut the lady up. She was talking too much, honestly. The same way that we're talking to you. Same way we're talking to you that you're thinking we're talking too much. It was the same way. But the best decision. The Charity was telling the time. And you know what? You people should congratulate me. 16th of January was my 4th year in this business.
Woo! Congratulations,
man. I renewed my 4th year in this business. And you know what? Oh boy, this 4 years has been the best in my life, when it comes to finances, when it comes to my love life.
Matilda, I want to ask you a question. Sorry, I know you are the host, but I want to ask you a question. You said you had to shut her up.
Yes.
Yeah. And you just said to her, take that 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you threw away the 50 pounds.
I did.
Yeah. To get what you want.
Yes.
That you didn't even know you're going to get.
No.
So now, do you regret throwing that 50 pounds away?
Regret. Regret throwing that 50 pounds away. Actually, in the end, I was ready to go and catch the 50 pounds and give it to her nice. Let's say, thank you very much. Thank you very much for showing me this opportunity. At the beginning, I didn't understand this, the reason why I thought I threw it. But in a normal sense, this is what is in it. There are some things that will come your way in disguise. And you're thinking, this is nothing, let them just talk. Let them just talk. That is what some people are thinking. And also, as Pastor Sheila was saying, she said she lost friends, she lost family, she lost people around her, all because she's promoting health. Lose them. It will get to a point where they'll be looking for you. Why?
Absolutely.
Because they will understand that what you're doing is so important to humanity. I was rejected in my own home. My husband was like, you must be crazy, standing on Facebook every morning saying, good morning, good morning. But when he went to do his research, he got to know that, oh, this is what this is about. And it got to a point where he also had the opportunity to take a career break as well, because of this same thing that he was thinking was crazy. Now, what I'm trying to say is that you may be thinking, this doesn't make any sense. And somebody once told me that when people think, oh, it doesn't make any sense, maybe it does. What if it makes sense? What if what we're saying is true? What if this is where God has hidden your blessing and you're just ignoring every day? As I said, if you have something tiny in you that makes you feel like, these people, let me just sign up and see what happens. And as you heard the lady saying before, your 50 pounds, your $52 and your 60 euros is giving you a franchise into 26 countries for a whole year without you paying anything. The best thing I love about the Juice Plus is that after your year has run out, they'll send you a beautiful email and say, hi, Matilda, it's been nice working with you. Your 1 year is due. Do you want to renew? They ask you that question. It's either you want to renew or you can opt out. Now, what I'm saying is that you have that opportunity to dive into this dream of ours for just 1 year and see. If it doesn't work, we have a lot of people on our back office who are dropping out every day. It didn't work for them. It doesn't mean it will work for everybody. But what if that charity out? What if? Because of what if I were you, I will sign up today, give myself that 1 year, teach yourself, and let us coach you on exactly what to do for that 1 year. And if it doesn't work, my love, it's only 50 pounds. It's only $52. It's only 60 euro. And I am sure that one day you will really thank your stars like me, because I said yes to this opportunity. Most of my family, you see, this is some of the things that I have this feeling in me where when my family is doing something back home and I'm not there, I feel so bad. I don't know about you, but I feel so bad. Even when they are in the house and they are, jumping about and they are doing fufu or banku in the house. Oh, today we are doing, I feel like I want to be there. How much more when there's great occasions like weddings in the house, like funerals that you can't afford, but some things that you really wish that you could be there, but because you don't have what it takes, you're not able to go. See, for 20 years I've been here, I've never spent Christmas in Ghana before. So my niece was having a wedding. I said, okay, why don't I just go to the wedding, then spend the Christmas? We don't just use our mouth to say that, my dear. You have to have what it takes.
Absolutely.
Where you can go. And I can assure you, without this business, there's no way I would have been able to go help out and at the same time spend Christmas in Ghana. There's no way, because what I was doing before, what I was being paid, there's no way I could have gotten the time, because the managers will not give you that time off during Christmas time. The managers,
they never give you time off during Christmas time.
They wouldn't.
That is one thing. They never give you time off during
Especially
Christmas.
at this time where COVID is everywhere and people are
Mm-hmm.
out of work. Why would they? I was a carer. Who will give you a chance to go out during this time? So what we're saying is that do what you're doing. Be smart enough to build something on the side. You never know that day that you will really need that extra support, that extra time for you to go and support the family and be with them. That will give you that extra, even if you're not able to go, you can say, you know what, I'm not able to come, but this is the money that I'm able to give out to support. It gets to a point where people think that you're actually stingy because they think you have the money, but you're not giving.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that before. So in a nutshell, what we're saying is that this opportunity has been able to help some of us, and we think that it might be able to help you too. But for you to be able to be part, we need your yes. For you to say, pay that £50, pay that $52, and pay that €60. Be part of it for 1 year. If it does not give you what you're looking for, you have the chance to opt out. You don't have to be there.
Yeah.
First lady, Pastor Sheila, 2 words. You have 1 minute. Why do you think somebody should join this business? I know this conversation is going right, it's nice, but
yeah, I mean, why I want everybody to join. Actually, everybody needs this, like you've said, Boss Lady Matilda, because we do not have enough. And I want to quickly just challenge, especially those of you who are coming from Africa like myself. I want to challenge you. In Africa, we've got beautiful cities, but we've still got places, remote places, where there are no schools, where there's no water, where there's no electricity, and people capitalize on that, and those are the photos they show. Because if your house, no matter how beautiful your sitting room is, your lounge is, if your kitchen, your toilet is not good enough or clean, your house is not clean. So maybe, I wanted to narrow it to the family, but I want to provoke you. You could be that somebody who God can actually raise to be a millionaire in this business. There are millionaires in this business. And we are not lying. There are millionaires in this business.
Yeah,
it can be probably you who God can raise and give you that sort of money that you can go to your village and build a school. You can go to your village and put electricity. How do you feel? Today I saw a post on Facebook, and it is happening today. There's somebody in a village who put just a little hut for children to be learning. And somebody from the West put a comment, which country is this? Somebody from the West was so touched. I said, which country? I was so embarrassed even to start putting the country. You see what I mean? Because we've got cities, beautiful cities, but they don't even show them. The reason why is because they're saying you haven't done the right thing. This business we are talking about, one person had a burden to see people healthy. And that's why we are having these products and the business. So my word to you is, today, you have heard this, it's not a coincidence. You come in and try it. You have nothing to lose. Remember those men who were lepers and they went to the enemy's camp. They said, if we stay, we'll still die with hunger. If we go peradventure, we may get something. You have nothing to lose. Come in and see what you can get and empower not only yourself. You haven't lived well if you're only going to empower yourself alone. Leave something when you are out of this earth that will stand the test of time. So my challenge is, come, you need it. No millionaires shut their business because they've got millions. They still continue. So you and me, we still need this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Sheila. Boss Lady Charity, 1 minute.
Well, for me, I would just like what Pastor Sheila said. There's nobody in this world that would say that they don't need money. You don't need extra, even more than extra. You understand? We all need it. So there's no need for us to pretend that we don't need it. Every single one of us need it, because the Bible tells us that money answers all things, and it really does answer all things. It is just the love of money that is not good. But when you have the money and you can use it to help somebody, and you can use it to change somebody's life, you can use it to, change, just like what Pastor Sheila said, or what they portray as to us and on social media or on the media about African countries. They just go and show those remote countries, those remote cities, towns, and all of that. But we know, for those of us that come from Africa, that we have good cities, we have good buildings, we have good furnitures, we have things that are really, really good. But now the question is, what are we doing to make those changes? And if you're coming into an opportunity that will change your own life, change your family's life, and as well as help you to change other person's life, why not say yes today? You've talked, you say, rather than being negative, ask yourself, what if I say yes today? And that yes that I've said today is just that prayer that I've been praying for. And I've been asking God for something that can change my life. Don't listen to what anyone else have to say. If I had listened to what people would have said, or if I had gone to ask somebody else, what do you think? I won't be here today. So please, like Matilda said, if you have a little thought inside of you to say, I want to do this, then please reach out to whoever is sharing this with you and come on board. We welcome you and we look forward to working with you and we look forward to supporting you. Thank you so much and God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, boss ladies. Thank you so much for coming in. There's one more thing I want to share with you. There are some people out there who are just dream killers. And if you allow them, they will kill your dream. Some of us, we have found things and we go and tell our friends, oh, this is what I found. And at the end of the day, nothing comes out because of negativity. So if I were you, I've heard it today. When I saw it, look at this man that I live with, who always saying, get out of this. Is this Facebook? Do you have to? What if I told him before joining? There's no way I could have gotten the chance to join. But when I joined, without telling anybody, something good came out of it. So you never know. That person out there that you think have your back, they may not understand what you have seen. So they might say no. And because you're able to listen to them, you say, oh, Matilda said this is not good. I don't think it's good for me. And you might actually change what God had already put in front of you, the opportunity that God wanted to give you. You might have just spoiled it. So why not give this business a thought? Why don't you give it a chance? What if you are that Matilda out there? What if you are that boss lady Charity out there? What if you are that person who is going to become like boss lady, woman of God, Sheila, who actually said yes? It has changed her life, it has changed her health, so many things. Do not go out there and tell the dream killers. They will kill the dream that God has given you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you take this opportunity on board. Say yes today and let us coach you and see what will come out of it. You have only 1 year to try it out. If it doesn't work, my dear, £50 is not too much to lose. People are losing a lot of money out there. I remember boss lady Charity telling me, there's one lady who said, oh, you've been telling me about this business, I didn't do it. And if I tell you how much money that me and my husband have lost because we went to put our money in some business that we don't know. This one is only £50. If you have that kind of feeling, give it a try. You never know. It might be able to change your life the same way it has changed ours. God bless you for watching. I hope that you
God bless you.
Wherever that you are, comment down below to say, I want more information. Somebody will get back to you as soon as possible. It will tell you what you need to be doing and you can join this force. This 2022, my dear, you better watch this space because we are on fire and we want you to be part of it. God bless you for watching on Facebook. We're saying goodbye to Facebook now.